Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm back with another message you need to hear right now. Let's hop right into it and find out what message your angels have for you today. From the jump, I am hearing that you got a whole lot of people that are envious of certain qualities that you guys have, and you may not expect this because at a young age, people are constantly criticizing certain things about you, but there was a lot of people who knew that certain qualities that you had were going to take you places, and they wanted you to stop believing in yourself. Some of this was conscious, some of this was subconscious. I feel like a lot of people are conditioned to think a certain way, but you were born with this ability, and you incarnated with this ability to just understand the way the world worked and kind of want to work against it and go your own way. Like you saw the fakeness of certain people and how they did things, or you saw how society conditioned people to be a certain way, and you just always had this energy of wanting to do your own thing. And I do feel for most of you out there, you were bullied or put down because you just didn't want to go along with the crowd. But you also have this ability to find things that people don't find valuable and turn it into something. And this has actually caused you guys some problems because maybe somebody threw something out and you picked it up and you saw value in it. And then other people wanted that item or that person or that thing. And then people were accusing you of stealing from them when they didn't want that idea anymore, or that person or that item. So that makes sense. Like you guys have this ability to take ideas that other people throw away or things that do have value and change them into something better. And I'm hearing you have extreme creative gifts, but at times people will copy you, but also accuse you of copying them. But in reality, people kind of know that you have this ability to set the blueprint, and you have set blueprints in certain environments and you don't even realize it. Because a lot of times this blueprint has been set because of you minding your own business and just creating or just being your authentic self. And again, this could do with work or something that you guys have created in the past, or it has something to do with maybe a relationship in your life where you dated somebody and made them popular and then everybody else wanted to date them. And I guess a lot of you guys out there don't even realize you do this because you may not even see yourself as popular. But what I'm hearing is that people envy the fact that basically people think that you don't care if you're popular or not. You have this ability where you guys just kind of want to do your own thing, and it makes you even more attractive, but this is you not even trying. So when people try to come across as nonchalant or, oh, I don't care if people think of me, they're still trying to do that. But you guys naturally just have this ability where you're just doing your own thing and you simply just don't care what others say about you and what others think of you. And this makes you someone very attractive. So wherever you go, people are naturally attracted to you. People are attracted to people who have a sense of self-worth outside of what others view them as. This is another reason why you guys are the ultimate weapon against narcissistic people or low vibrational places. So what I'm hearing is that God will constantly put you guys and place you in low vibrational environments, and you might be the only light worker in there and feel really strange and weird, but you are meant to be there. And I feel for a lot of you in the collective, that is why you're meant to move or relocate a lot in your life. So some of you may resonate with the fact that you feel like you're constantly being pushed out of environments, whether it be work or friend groups or anything you have going on, but there's a reason for it. And you also had people trying to make you feel like you were the toxic one because you were uncomfortable with certain things going on. But what I'm hearing is that there is truly nothing wrong with the world. I mean, there's truly nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with the world. And yeah, what I'm also hearing is that you guys don't have a victim complex. So like at the same time, you might be the type of person that's like trying to convince others to just keep working on themselves and stop blaming the world for their problems, because I do feel like I mixed up my words a little bit on purpose. And one of the people that is sending you evil eye right now is someone with a victim complex who always blames the world for their problems. And that's the annoying thing too, I have to say, about being a light worker and a healer. You have this rare energy, but there's gonna be people who come into your life and think that they're just like you when they're not. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Like people will come in and try to be like, oh yeah, I'm a chosen one too. Like I have these gifts too. Everybody is just shunning me for no reason. But it turns out they're a narcissistic person who thinks they're better than everybody else and uses God or their angels or their gifts as a way to treat others badly. And that's the thing. Like people will say and do spiritual things that because it gets them attention. And that's another thing as well. You guys may have had spiritual gifts and you may have been one of the first in your family or your friend group to speak on these things, or some of you came into your gifts later. And there was people that always wanted the gifts that you guys have. And that's something I want to say as well. Like a lot of you feel like you had found like your soul family and other people that believed what you did or were into the things that you guys were into. This doesn't even have to be like spirituality. But the truth of the matter was like those were your biggest haters because you were actually something that they wanted to be, and you're going places that they're not going. And that's what I'm hearing as well. So a lot of you are learning that you can thrive in so many different environments and even around people that are different from you. And that's another thing as well. People may have shunned you because you guys found comfort in people that were odd or different or strange, but you see yourself in others. And sometimes that can even get you guys in trouble because you're highly empathetic and you just see the good in people. So you got a lot of people envious of certain things that you guys do that you may not expect, like your ability to just distance yourself from people and BS. Like, again, you were highly criticized, I'm sure, by a lot of people for your ability to just detach and remove yourself. This is another thing that people don't understand about you guys. Like, this is what I'm hearing. Like, people think that you don't hurt or that you don't care because you remove yourself from something. Like, you have the strength to do something despite what others will say about you because, again, you have this reputation for being somebody that basically doesn't care what people think. And it can still be hurtful when people you thought were your friends or your family or people you thought were your associates, you find out that they were criticizing the things that you thought they were embracing you for. Of course it hurts. And of course you care what people think in the sense of it hurts your feelings when they're talking badly about you. But they tend to think just because you don't care enough to change yourself for them, that makes you somebody who is made of stone. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Like, people think you're like made of stone, that you don't feel, but the truth is that you care more about your authenticity, what God put you here to do, than other people's approval. And this makes you a target of envy. So yeah, because you don't want to do what everyone else is doing, they're jealous of you because deep down, some people just don't like things that are not conventional, or they don't like people who don't follow what everyone else is doing. But there is deep down a lot of people like have a rooted jealousy that they can't do what you do, or they're too afraid to do what you do, including distance themselves and start their own life over again. I'm hearing for a certain person in the collective, or a few of you guys out there, you've restarted your life a good 3 or 4 or 5 times, and maybe even had family members or friends like tell you, oh, when are you going to settle down? When are you going to find a place you call home? But I feel like you guys out there find home in different people. And also, again, these things that you guys do is not because you always find joy in it. But if God, your angels, your intuition is telling you it's time to get the F out of somewhere, that's what you guys do. Like, people mistaken your choices as you're always doing it to find happiness and fulfillment. But sometimes it truly is just you guys getting the hell out of somewhere because stuff is not good, or you're going through your own transformation. And I do feel like a lot of people sometimes may be called to make moves or shifts or changes in their lifetime, but they're too afraid to do so. But people will spiritually attack you and then envy the fact that you can get away from them without even realize they're doing that. And some people do realize they're doing that. And what I'm also hearing is that you had a lot of people out there that are envious of your strength, but they're the ones who made you strong because they threw so much garbage at you and they failed to protect you when they were supposed to, or they said they were going to protect you and then they turned on you. Like, you guys have been through so much. And yes, a lot of that is initiation for your purpose, but a lot of that is just BS that comes along with being a light worker, being a healer, being somebody different. And not only that, you guys had a good amount of narcissistic or low vibrational people come into your life and try to convince you that they were just like you, when really they wanted to be just like you, or they wanted to be you. And I also hear for the collective, again, not to scare a lot of you guys, but there has been a lot of people try to destiny swap you. I believe that, like, God and your angels know that no one can truly destiny swap you, but there's a whole lot of people that can come in and distract you, or at least drain you. And so you guys know that it's important to cleanse your energy. I also see the water here. Maybe you guys are getting really good at cleansing. And again, you've gotten so good at certain things, especially your spiritual gifts, because of how awful other people made you feel, how many transformations you were forced to go into. And that's why this message is so crazy today. Like, people are envious of the things that they put you through. How does that make sense? People are envious of the fact that you have haters. That's crazy. But the truth is because haters make you relevant. A lot of these people out there, again, they could have befriended you being like, oh yeah, I have a lot of haters too. But it turned out the people that are talking bad about them are the people that they stole from or betrayed. And they're just telling their story, right? Whereas you have actual people that may stalk what you're doing, make something out of nothing, and then that person turns into an actual hate of yours. Like, you actually have gotten to situations, I'm hearing, where you have empathized with somebody and they became your biggest hater. And that is the true light worker and healer. Like, there's so many delusional people out there who think that they are such. And that's why I'm kind of telling you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of you guys out there, you question or even fear that you were one of these low vibrational people. And that's what makes you humble and human. Like, you have to check yourself at certain points, and certain people just don't. So you guys see the value of distancing yourself from people, regrouping, and talking to God, your angels, whatever you believe, your ancestors, and getting back to it, you know? And this is an extremely hard thing to do, and only a certain amount of people can do that. You know, whether you believe you were incarnated and you've done this many times before, or it's just something that God chose you to do because you were good at it, it doesn't matter. I feel like it can vary depending on what you guys feel, and everything is valid, I feel, depending on like your origins or your religion or how you grew up. It doesn't really matter is what I'm trying to say. Like, if you resonate with what I'm saying, then this message is for you. So let's see what else we have going on here. I am really hearing that you incarnated. So a lot of you do have many lifetimes of being spiritual workers, and a lot of you came down at this time for something specific that you were called to do. But I do feel like there's a few of you guys in the collective that were kind of going through an awakening, or you got like chosen like a little later on in your life because of the good work you were doing. And I do think there are different types of light workers and healers. And, I'm not the one to be the expert on it. I'm just here to channel, at the end of the day. But I think that'll make sense to a lot of you guys. And the reason why a lot of you resonate with my messages is because something in your soul is telling you, like, yeah, that sounds about right, And I do feel, if you're new here, welcome. This is a sign that you are part of the collective here. So yeah, this channel definitely turned into like a spiritual warfare channel when I realized how much my light workers, my healers, you guys were under attack. I started off doing pick a card readings, love readings, and my main mission when starting my first channel was still to help other light workers and healers not feel so alone. But then when I realized going on to my path and doing more of this work, like how much all of you guys always need a pick-me-up or someone to understand you more than you needed those love readings. Although I still do them from time to time, but that channel I'm not as active in. But if you guys want to check it out, I'll leave the link below. If you're one of my OGs, you can comment below. But you guys know, even through my old work, like I was always trying to help people, inform people. And I always tell you guys this too, like I realized how much spiritual warfare was a thing when I was doing the love readings, when I was doing all the other types of readings, and I see all this interference, third-party interferences, evil eye, evil eye, evil eye. And it's funny because I would get comments from time to time like, oh, why are you always focusing on the negative? I'm not. Like, I'm seeing that I'm trying to do a reading or I'm trying to relay a message, and I'm seeing all this spiritual warfare going on. And then there are things that I've seen even my own eyes as I've gotten more into my journey. When I was younger, I used to just think like, oh, okay, this is just an obstacle, I'm going to overcome it. And I think a lot of you guys are like that. Like, you just get thrown something and you're like, well, I just have to get through it. I just thrive in this challenge right now. I'm going to figure it out. That's your mentality because you have things to do, families to take care of, like bills to pay. Or even when you were young, you were like, okay, I'm going to make it through this. You always had this ability. But a lot of you are realizing now that some of the stuff you've gone through was a product of your of spiritual warfare and your purpose. So again, like, there's a lot of people who go through spiritual warfare and don't even realize it. And that's why I'm telling you guys, so important to cord cut and pray and get away from the wrong people in your life. And it can be difficult because sometimes it's like people that you've known for a long time started acting really weird or strange towards you or nasty towards you. And it could be, again, really hurtful. But if these low vibrational energies can convince you to give up, then they've done their part. And I just feel like a lot of you are realizing that you're not going to dim yourself or how amazing you are or how attractive you are, or stop yourself from doing what God put you here to do. Because although you may have felt like you failed certain people in the sense of not being able to help them or save them or how to get away from them or really couldn't be their friend anymore, there's so many other people that have been impacted so positively by your message of what you came here to do. And some of you guys, you're about to do something big. And a lot of you out there are doing big things, but sometimes this negative, low vibrational energy, this evil eye, like tends to help you forget that, And I'm being sarcastic because, like, again, like a lot of you just don't realize how much positive impact you guys have had on others. And this energy just really wants you guys to forget that. So I'm just here to remind you, like, I want you guys to comment below. I'm having a positive impact on this world and I am doing what God put me here to do. Even if sometimes you doubt yourself, even if sometimes you felt like you had to take a break, or sometimes you just feel like other people don't understand you. People will envy you and hate you and then be jealous of how many haters you have. Like, that's how extreme some of this warfare really is. And I hate to get all like dark about it and intense about it, but I'm just very passionate, guys, because I'm passionate about helping you guys out. And I just know what it feels like too as well, to like not see the value in what you're doing because other people are making you feel so terrible. And a lot of this is energetic, things that you don't even really understand until you sit down and pray about it. And you're like, oh, okay, this person's sending me this energy. And another part of the message that I was hearing today was like a really interesting one. You guys fought off a darkness that somebody else brought into your life. So there's an extra layer to this because you are so sensitive and so gifted and so spiritually attacked. You have to be extra careful about who you're friends with. Like, I'm hearing that like you've had people out there that were careless, doing spiritual work carelessly, or exes that were just into dark things, or just like calling upon dark, I don't even know, just doing weird things, right? And that energy started to become more attracted to you, if that makes sense. Because if you are the truly powerful, gifted one, and somebody's out here summoning some dark stuff, they're going to want to go towards you. Does that make sense? And another thing as well is that people energy is like a conductor of other people's energy, if that makes sense, or low vibrational energy. Like certain people can conduct that energy towards you. And that's why like sometimes when there's certain friends around you or certain people that you're dating, all of a sudden the spiritual attack goes up. And yes, people can spiritually attack your relationship. That's a divine union. But there's also unions that are not so divine. And these people don't really care to protect you. And they're bringing BS into your life. And jealous of the fact that basically the energies like that are attacking you are paying attention to you. I know that doesn't make sense like logically, but spiritually it makes sense. If a lot of you guys are aware or spiritually aware, like there are people that basically summon some dark stuff, and those dark stuff have interest in you. They don't have interest in that person because they're really just a nobody in the spiritual world. Like you guys are somebody in the spiritual world, and these dark energies are like, oh yeah, like they're around so-and-so, like collective here. I have better access to them if I'm around this person. Like there are energies that are trying to get to you. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So I'm channeling today and I'm like, okay, I see what they're trying to say here. So like, how does that kind of manifest in your relationships with others? Because these people that are doing these things, they don't even realize they're doing it half the time. They don't know where this envy came from, or they don't understand like what truly is going on. But I do feel like some of you guys do have people that are aware, at least spiritually, that there's something very powerful about you, and it just attracts the same way energies are attracted to you. People are attracted to you, but especially people with low vibrational energies around them, because those energies are actually wanting your power or to be around you or to possess you. Again, guys, I know like that can sound creepy, but that's why like, you know, you're always getting attacked by people. And also, here's another thing as well. How can these energies get to you? If that person can agitate you and you focus on that person back, like they have more access to your energy. And that's why, again, I'm saying that people are envious of your ability to just ignore stuff, because subconsciously you have something ingrained in you where you're so sensitive to this stuff that when someone's vibe is off, you either like lash out or fight back, or you just shut off completely. And I know a lot of you are not beat to go back and forth with other people's demons. And what I'm hearing is that you guys have fought off other people's demons that they brought into your life. And a lot of times it truly is carelessly, because they're out here doing stuff that opens those doors, and then you're trying to shut them, but they're reopening the doors. Does that make sense? And again, that's like the way I try to describe it. Like when you're a light worker and healer, like you really got to let go of like what other people think of you, or their feelings being hurt. You kick them out because they're wrecking your peace. And that's another thing as well. People are jealous of your ability to be at peace or to bring peace into other people's lives. But again, this is something like you couldn't even function if you didn't have peace, right? Like you guys just have such a toxic and not so great reaction to chaos. Now, here's the other part of this. Here's the gag, but seriously, people are jealous of your ability to thrive in chaos, but it's because they put chaos into your life to try to throw you or derail you. But God has always protected you, and you've always made it out, or you took whatever people threw at you and you learned from it and you transmuted it. So again, people have this idea that you thrive in chaos. They're super jealous of it, but they're throwing the chaos into your life. And also, again, one thing I have to keep telling you guys, like certain people don't care about being good people. Certain people don't care about making the world a better place. Certain people don't care about how their toxicity affects you. And again, I have to remind people that, because when you are truly in this energy of wanting to give and help others and spread light and truly help people, you have to be reminded that not everybody wants to be saved and not everybody is a good person. And, I channeled this before in the past, and I have to always say it, but even when doing love readings and stuff for people, like, yeah, I'm not a good person. I hate your light. Like, these are real channeled messages that come out from time to time in people's readings. Like, I hate your light. Yeah, I didn't care about being a good person. Like, I thought you'd figure that out by now. But people thrive off of being able to manipulate. So when it's not very clear, when people are really good manipulators, what is your best gauge of being able to maneuver away from them? Your energy not being able to tolerate them, or even a lot of you guys have basically had moments where you've lashed out at certain people and you didn't really understand why, but your discernment knew. And that's the thing. Some of this behavior you guys may not be proud of, or some of this behavior may be things that don't make sense to you, but the people that you guys lashed out against, they know damn well what they did to deserve it. Like, basically is what I'm hearing. And again, there's certain people out there that lash out on others, that are horrible towards people, and nobody has done anything to them to deserve that, but their souls are disturbed and they're under some kind of warfare that they brought into their own life too as well. But again, there's certain people fighting off spiritual warfare. There's certain people that are just bringing darkness in and thriving on it because it's something that they know they can use to get ahead. So those are two different energies. But I don't know. It's really interesting because, okay, like this is such a strange message, but it's like dark people are attracted to you. Low vibrational people are attracted to you. Narcissistic people are attracted to you because of the reasons I said, before. Like you have this power to you and they want that power for their own good. And the energies and the demons around them, for lack of better words, want access to your energy. So you are super popular amongst low vibrational people, and you could be the most popular person in a room and everyone trying to get your time, but you're like, I'm getting the hell out of here. Something is really off, because it's like they want your soul. They want your energy, and it's not genuine. But you can have friends or people around you that's like so jealous of all the attention you're getting. Like even when it comes to romantic relationships, you have a lot of suitors. My light workers, my healer, doesn't matter how attractive you think you are extremely attractive to a lot of people. But pretty much because of the fact that you have this energy, that a lot of people are going to latch onto you and leech your energy and have a knowing that you have a bigger purpose and they want to be a part of that. And I also want to say this as well. Lightworkers and healers, low vibrational people will try to convince you, whether it's through their mouth or through their actions, right, that you're never going to find love. So a lot of you guys have had relationships with people that ended up very narcissistic. You guys are going to experience a high dose of that in your lifetime, and people are going to make you feel like you're crazy. So that's why I'm here to tell you guys, like, no one's truly going to understand the stuff that you've gone through, but you. Like over here in the collective, a lot of us do, don't get me wrong, but specifically the stuff you've seen and witnessed and experienced and the darkness that people have basically imposed onto you. But a lot of times people kind of get a little bit taken over when they're around you because these negative low vibrational energies want to throw you off guard and they want access to you. So again, this message started off a little bit like woo woo, but I think it's so important to talk about these things because there's like an invisible world that goes on, and it's like if we're not aware of this and pray this away, and if you don't, a lot of you guys are aware of this and you do tell, your friends, your family, let's pray together because you guys are definitely more stronger as a unit. So if you have friends that want to pray with you, or you have people here that want to pray with you, or you're dating somebody that want to pray with you, like this is the best way that this stuff won't affect you guys as much. But again, it's just a part of everyday life. And I just want to say this, that like the people that are truly for you will not be envious of what you go through. They're going to feel for you and be like, dang, like, like I see what comes with the gifts that you have, and that's tough. I can never do that. Like if you've ever heard that from somebody, that's more genuine than like, wow, like I have these gifts too, but they end up being like a complete a-hole, because people can have spiritual gifts, but it doesn't mean that they have the gifts that you guys embody, or the energy you embody, or the calling you embody, or the spiritual ranking that you embody. Your haters are envious of your spiritual ranking, but they could never survive a day in your shoes. They do not have the training to understand what goes on. And even if you guys never really mentally understood or physically understood, you had your ways of regulating yourself and self-regulating that kept you safe from certain energies and things. And a lot of you guys are highly introverted, or you go out in the woods by yourself, or you just disassociate from different groups of people when the vibe was off. Like a lot of you guys naturally do things that keep you in your power. And like, it's just something that you had ingrained in your DNA, in your blueprint, in what you came here to do. But a lot of you guys like have gone into hiding in certain parts of your life, and people just think you're strange for that or paranoid. But in reality, it's because of the fact that even when you're not aware of it, you have certain energies that are a little bit after you. And yeah. So anyways, so you guys are really good at keeping your life in balance. Like where all this is going on, you are maintaining your home. You're going to work. You're exercising. You are just living your life like a normal person. But there's going to be times where you have to go a little bit hermit. And people are envious of the way that you guys can basically balance who and what you are, but still be a normal, everyday, humble person. And I think that like that's something that people don't quite understand too as well. Like a lot of times, if you truly have this ability to be like a chosen one, light worker, healer, you're going to be extremely humble and go through a lot of experiences where basically people take advantage of you and hurt you and use you. But you're always going to come out on top because God is protecting you. Deep friendship of someone that, yeah, like I was saying before too, like some of you guys may have had experiences where Like, you don't feel like you can have friends too, even of the same sex, because they try to be like you and stuff like that too. There's going to be a high dose of people that are kind of meant to be a distance from you just for your own protection and their protection too as well. Because like I was saying as well, like certain people, they may not have bad intentions initially, but when people get closer to you, like that's when they start to get attacked energetically. And again, like I said, low vibrational energies. So maybe some of you guys may not believe like the devil, right? But, you know, for lack of a better term, I'm going to say this, like they'll use certain people to get to you. But I also say this as well, like if you guys are aware of like black magic or curses or even low vibrational energies, certain people have low vibrational energies around them. So when they're thinking about you badly, they're sending those energies towards you. And then certain people, when they're doing witchcraft or hexes, that's what they're doing. They're sending low vibrational energies at you, at your home. So that's when you and your partner start fighting, or that's when stuff starts happening, or you can get sick or feel worn out, or you have sleep paralysis, right? Like, again, because I'm called to educate today, but that's why prayer is so important, and having sort of protection and things that you guys do to keep your energy safe, and people around you that know that, you know, okay, let's not fight. Like, we got to pray. Like, we're just under a little attack right now. Yeah, so I think a lot of you guys know this, or at least you have some understanding of this, because there's something I'm seeing here where you have told a friend of yours in the past, like, that, you know, I'm under attack, like, it's so important for us to pray. But this person deep down was just super jealous of you. They were jealous of this attractiveness that you had, because they were still thinking of this world. They see, like, the way people kind of look at you and go, ooh, shiny, I want, right? Like, people just take to you in a way where it's not normal, and they were jealous of this. But again, they could never really survive, like, being in your shoes. Another thing as well is that they started to turn on you a little bit too. Like, they weren't spiritually strong enough to truly pray and be strong when it mattered for you. Because you guys actually need some spiritual warriors around you, at least in your close proximity. I think a lot of you guys realize this. That's why you stay alone, because you're like, you know, but if you can believe, and God will send you better people to help you, pray with you, pray for you, then do that. And some of you guys, doesn't hurt to tell like your spiritual family members or friends that you know are, you know, that they're good people, to, hey, say a prayer for me, this and that, because sometimes you guys are just going to feel especially under attack. And I'm just telling you guys this because those days or those nights, like, just keep praying and you're going to feel better, and cleansing, cord cutting. And if there's time periods in your life where you're consistently feeling like that, check who you are around, because you guys might be surprised how envious people are of you, even in your down seasons, in your off seasons. Like, you know, people are jealous of the fact that, like, some of you guys, you're so high achievers. You have such high expectations for yourself. Like, you really are like a superhuman in your power and what you do. So when you're telling people like, oh, I'm having an off season right now, you're still performing at such a high rate. You're still glowing. You're still shining. You're still you. And people are just jealous, like, and they compare themselves to you, because if they're nowhere near the success that you guys are at, when you're saying you're off season, they're like, dang, like, you know, this person is like, they kind of take your, like, you're calling for help, or you're expressing how you're feeling as ungratefulness, but it's not. Like, you guys deal with a lot of BS, and that's why sometimes you have to be your own emotional support until you find the right people. We got successful outcome to your problem. Yeah, a lot of you guys are being sent better friends, or like, yeah, I feel that there's times where you're not going to really know who's a true friend or who isn't, but when you have a problem and someone is trying to help you or help you find solutions, that's definitely like a good sign that there's someone that's on your side here. Instead of people that like try to bring more problems into your life, or don't care if they've brought problems into your life, right? Collective here, you guys are due for a vacation as well. I think that a lot of you may not feel that way because you're not having the success that you want, or you're not feeling like things are not going the way you want them to. But I think that you guys have leveled up so much. You're just being called into a rest period. Again, I know a lot of you guys have been through that, but look at this. You've just overcome so much spiritual warfare. We got someone working against you and behind your back. And a lot of you guys, it's your own friends that, oh my God, vacation again, that, you know, you gave them the keys to your crib. You know, you let them help you. I mean, you helped them out, you know, when they needed it. And like, they're your biggest haters because like they're mad that you're and jealous that you even have a place to give to them. You know what I mean? Like, people are envious of the fact that you're able to help them even when you're helping them. And that's the craziest thing that you guys got to be aware of. So yeah, today's topic is just literally people are envious of things that you don't see coming. And that's why it's important to be aware, pray. And when God shows you it's time to get away, it's time to get away. Maybe it's also talking about a past energy or person. If you guys are not called to vacation right now, maybe you went away or on a break or on a vacation or away from somebody and you were called to do that. Maybe some of you guys, if you're called to be away from like your partner or your person, it may not always be because of them, but it can also be because maybe you feel like they're getting hit hard too by energies and you both need to have some time apart. But I'm mostly pointing to something in particular, like you guys were called to get away from a certain person, like book a trip or a vacation or a weekend away, and it was like either with them or away from them, and something was made clear to you that that person was an enemy working behind your back. So again, or somebody refused to go on a trip with you or something like that too. I think like with a lot of these energies, like especially people who are not truly there for you in the way they need to, or hidden enemies, they cannot always wear a mask. So if they spend an extended amount of time with you and then they start unraveling and acting crazy or saying how they truly feel about you, that's definitely a sign that someone could be working against you. But I think this is also pointing to like an energy in your life or a past energy where something was exposed while you guys were taking a break, or while you also like some of you guys, like you actually told somebody like, hey, I think I need a break, and they tried to make you feel bad for it or something like that. You dated somebody who basically wanted you to keep overworking. Like again, like people who are not there for you truly are gonna want you to work against your best interests. You're better off without them. Oh, there's actually, they want to get to know you better. I thought this was the you're better off without them card, but all right, let's see. They are superficial. They love spending time with you. They are controlling. They want to be like you. Another thing as well is you guys cannot be around controlling people. But yeah, there was somebody that like you guys like thought was a true friend, but you feel like this person never really knew you. Like I went live on a few days ago, and if you guys are new here, I go live on this channel too and do some messages. I was talking about how like you got people who basically you thought were your friends but never really knew you. And I think like somebody went on a trip with you and you realized that, and or you realized you were better off without them. But some of you guys still miss like the good times you've had with certain friends because you did have fun and stuff. That's the hard part too, because certain people can be charming and have good qualities, and you can have good memories with them, but they can still be extremely envious of you. And it's sad because some of this is all shadow work they need to overcome themselves. And don't blame yourself. A lot of you guys are still, yeah, I feel like collective here, you guys are mourning the loss of a lot of people that you basically lost to envy and spiritual attack. Like, that's the bottom of it. Like, why do so many people turn on you? Why can your ex be around you anymore? Like, why did you have to relocate away from close ones that you cared about? It was for your protection and theirs. Because, again, when people are around you, they are going to also be attacked too as well and try to throw you off your purpose. And if they're strong enough, they'll get that, understand that. And I think the people that are truly for you will understand that too as well. Like, because a lot of times there's going to be certain relationships that may be tested, but there's going to be times where you have certain people where you don't have these type of problems with them, and you're going to be like, okay, yeah, there's actually spiritually strong people out there who don't get affected in this way. But, you know, low vibrational energies, the enemy, the devil, whatever, you know, your ops, you know, they're going to use weak-minded people, just like narcissists will find, you know, flying monkeys or people with no sense of self to come after you and attack you. So that's why it's important for you guys to find people who are strong in themselves, who know who they are, what they're here to do, who don't have negative or low vibrational traits that just come out when they're mad, or don't have anger problems, or don't act impulsively. And those are going to be your people. And they don't even necessarily always have to be so super spiritual, but they're sounded who they are. And they're not the type to be overtaken by what's going on around them, or susceptible to what other people say, or the enemy to get in their mind, you know? So anyways, you guys are heading towards a lot of success. You're gonna, yeah, victory. I also feel like you guys were kind of forced to take a lot of time off just due to like exhaustion, feeling sick, spiritual warfare, right? You're gonna come back stronger than ever, and a lot of you are in that season of comeback here. But I think that like some of you are just like kind of upset that maybe you had to take a break, or there was a time period you were between jobs or something like that. But you were definitely healing and fighting back and leveling up against a lot of energies in your life. So even though in the physical world you may not see yourself as successful as you want to be, in the spiritual world you gain so much success just by getting rid of certain people, by taking a break and leveling up. Or if some of you guys are planning to do that right now, then this is a sign too. Even if it was forced, like a lot of you guys were forced into breaks because of the fact that you never stopped working and you never stopped doing you. Yeah, I see a lot of great things coming your way though. So, and a lot of people do admire you guys too. Only hurt will come of this. So yeah, that's, basically the energy I was picking up on. Yeah, and that's the thing, like a lot of people love spending time with you. They love the laughter and the joy that you bring to people's lives, but I think you guys have had it with superficial people. And superficial people are going to be your ops because they go along with what everyone else is saying and doing. They don't have a strong sense of mind. Like, you need people who are deep, who know themselves, who have their values, that don't waver depending on what's going on around them. We're friends that are not bad influencers, are getting into bad things all the time that also impair their judgment. Because again, just like some of you guys, like, you can go out and have a drink and still know yourself, but there's certain people, they get impaired and they start acting up, like, that's the thing. Like, certain people, like, they don't have a strong sense of self, or their true self comes out when they are impaired, right? You guys are being protected right now in this time period, but the main message is that, if you felt like you had to, get out of a situation, new job, new environment, new home, make changes, all that is to protect you and to get you onto that next level, because you got onto this next level spiritually, which also makes you attack for low vibrational energies. And you've leveled up to the point where your energy is so high vibrational, it's irritating a lot of people's low vibrational energies and even them, because you're shining super bright and people's heads are turning when you enter a room. And if someone's not secure in themselves, they're instantly going to be jealous of the power you guys hold, even though it's divinely orchestrated. You have this power to help others and not use it for superficial purposes. That's the funny part too. It's like they're jealous of this ability, but they're not giving it because they would use it for dumb stuff, like, that's the truth. Like, great power is great responsibility, and you guys are just trying to survive here and help the most people you can out in this cruel world, right? And there's a lot of beauty in it too as well, and including you guys. So thank you for being here. Thank you for doing what you do. I hope you guys like that message today. And today's message was just about, a lot more people are envious of you than you think. So keep leveling up. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this to let you know that your purpose is big. The right people are going to come around you. And also, a big part of the collective had to get rid of one close friend, or at least a few close people in your life recently or the last couple of years, or a whole lot of people. And this is a reminder not to feel upset or guilty. And it's okay to mourn the loss or miss good times with people, but there's something about you guys being called to something higher, and you have to get real serious about your purpose, because you're under a little bit of a higher attack because of the elevating that you're doing. So you're going to get used to this new level you're on, find your right people, find stability within it, and continue to succeed. Oh my gosh, my words are not coming out today. My readings are timeless. It's Mercury retrograde, so you guys know what it is. And, even your girl Alice gets tired from time to time, but I'm like, I have to relay this message to the people. Gotta do what I gotta do, All right, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye. I've been going live every Monday night too, so if you want to see me then, check it out, 7 p.m. Eastern time, all right? Bye, guys.